Hello everyone. And long time no see. I'm happy to be here again. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for your prayers first, because your prayers now I feel much better after being in Spain and be there for more than 3 weeks and rest a lot and having a nice time. Thank you, because I feel much better now. I was having really nice time in Spain. I get also some kilos, a little bit fat. That means I was enjoying a lot. I get also a new haircut. Some people say I become a Webugi again, right? I become foreigner again. It's nice always to see the film. It's been a long time, but I went to Spain, and it's my country. Meet my friends, meet my family, meet the people that I know, or meet my people, right, from my country. See how they live, how their culture, everything. Even if my culture is the way that I live, or the way that I think. When you keep rooting the gospel, and later you go back to your house, you realize many other things. That means that the gospel is taking place in you, and this gospel is opening your eyes. This is the most important thing. Why? Before you don't know, but as you are rooting the gospel, your eyes become open, so you become able to give an answer to the people in there. If we are in the middle of the same problem, it's gonna be really difficult to give an answer to them. That's why this gospel has the power and authority to overcome everything. I really pray that during the time that you are in Korea, really you can see this kind of evidence of the gospel, this testimony of the gospel. And really this gospel become yours. Then I'm sure that God will use you as a main figure, not only to save your family, but also your country. I keep asking God many things. Why during this last 3 months, this is happening to me. My only desire is to proclaim this gospel. My only desire is to bring this gospel to many people and to all nations that God allowed me to go. But why health problems or other things is happening to me? I ask this question to God continually. I'm evangelist, even I'm not doing that much well, but that's my only reason that what I live. I want to share this gospel to the end of the earth. I want to really become a servant for the Lord. But why these problems or other problems or these health problems also come to me? I keep asking me, and when I go to the field, when I go to Spain and see the feeling there, I realize the reason. I'm here receiving training for almost 10, I can be for almost 10 years. Now it's almost 8 years. There is another thing that I can testify in there in Spain. But we really must experience what is the power of the gospel. Really, we must experience what is the power of the gospel. Then you become really a witness. I think that's the reason why God allowed me to go through all of this. Really, now I'm receiving training to later become an ordinary pastor and do my ministry in Spain or around the world, wherever God lead me. If I doing my ministry without experiencing the power of the gospel, I have nothing to testify. We don't just are believers, or we are not just a simple child of God. We are those who have the calling to bring this gospel to those who doesn't have the gospel. That's why I really pray and bless all of you to really experience the power of the gospel. Because this gospel is really awesome. Some people say, I have this problem, I think I'm gonna do this, so everything's gonna be fine. Really, if you do this and then you think it's gonna be fine, then do it. God sent Jesus Christ to finish that thing that you cannot finish by yourself. That's your destiny, to change completely your destiny. to change and finish with all problems of Satan, to finish with the problem of sin, to make the only way where you can relationship with God. Only when you restore your spiritual state, really everything is fine for you. You have the peace that you need. You completely find the true happiness. Really experience this power of the gospel. As we were singing also today, really this gospel must be proclaimed. For that, the evidence of the gospel must appear. So then, we can share something, right? A testimony. This is why it's really important for us to understand and to open our spiritual eyes. If you're not able to see what is the original problem of the all human being, if you're not able to see what is the fundamental problem who is working even in these days, that we come from Genesis 3, but it's working even today. Satan is working even today. If you're not able to see how Satan is working in the field, it's going to be really difficult to you to overcome that situation. It's going to be really difficult for you to give an answer to those people. This is why it's really important for us to understand and to open our eyes to see this fundamental problem. I really believe 이거 하나도 없어요. 잘 안 나온 것 같아서. I really believe that if you find this fundamental problem, from that moment on, you can really in an easy way, find myself inside the gospel. It's a New Year message, right? We must open our eyes to see the fundamental problem of this earth. We must open our eyes to see the spiritual fundamental problem of all human beings. Then you can really find who are you inside the gospel. Thank you. If we don't realize this, if we don't see this, we will not see also the power of the gospel. If you don't realize really the meaning of the gospel, if you don't realize really what is the fundamental problem, even you go to church, you can become a Christian, you can come praise the Lord or to worship, but your whole life will be stuck in the same spiritual problem. Really, when you realize why God sent Jesus Christ, why we must believe in Jesus Christ, and after I believe in Jesus Christ, what changed in me, what Christ finished on the cross for me, when you realize this fundamental thing, then in that moment, you will be able to start to experience the power of the gospel in your life. In other words, even you go to church continually, will be a slave of other things if you cannot find this. You must realize that what we see with our eyes is not the problem. You must realize that the problem who is before us, that's not the problem. You don't have money. You can go countries that they are not that much development, right? I was talking about that with Yemo yesterday. Or countries who are in the middle of poverty, or countries who has problems with drugs, countries who has problem, or a region of people who really have problem with crime, right, or murder. Why this is happening? If you see that as a problem, you completely are deceived by Satan. That's a result of what Satan has been doing there. How spirits are working in that region. That's a result. You must see that what the people need is not even food, it's not even money, but they need the spiritual strength, the spiritual answer to overcome the situation. There is something, a spiritual thing that it brings them to fall into the same thing. That's the fundamental problem. That's the problem that Christ came to solve in your life. Amen. You must see this and open your eyes to see this spiritual reality. To see and to understand that the problem that we see with our eyes is not the problem. But to see the spiritual reality I think it's double L, right? Double L, right? Reality. The spiritual reality of the field. You must see that the problem that we can see with our eyes is not the problem, but the destiny that people are a slave of. We must see that all people, what they need is no other thing, but they need to meet God. But their spiritual state is that they are separate. In other words, they don't know God. Even they want to know, they cannot meet God. Even they study a lot, they cannot meet God by themselves. If this is the spiritual state of all human beings. Bible says that from the moment of Genesis 3, we completely are dead. As a dead people, spiritually, we cannot move by ourselves. We cannot seek for something. We cannot do nothing. That's why even they try to meet God. They don't meet God, but they meet false God. They do idol worship. This is the fundamental problem of the human being. That for all of them have sinned, they fall short of the glory of God. They are separate from God. That all of them have sinned. Because this sin, all people are dying. Because this sin, completely all people are falling into destruction. The reason of why this problem comes is because they are a slave of this destiny. What is that? It's the works of Satan. Completely servant of Satan. Or a slave of Satan. They are not serving Satan. Even they don't think they're not serving Satan. They are a slave about what Satan is doing and what Satan is doing in the field. This is why we must open our eyes to see this spiritual reality in the field. If you don't see this, it's going to be really difficult to you to give answer or to really help other people. What we must see, that the Bible told us that this is the fundamental problem of all human beings. Then, if I realize this, who I am inside the gospel, I am the person who already has the answer. What is that answer? Bible shows us that's Christ, the Messiah. Christ as an answer for our lives. How Christ can become an answer for a martyr. How Christ can become an answer for people or for a nation who young people are doing prostitution. How Christ can become an answer to those who are doing drugs. You must have this kind of answer. Don't be deceived by Satan and don't look at things as a problem, but the spiritual state that he brings them to seek, to find, to look for that things. Christ is the one who came as a true prophet to open the way to meet God. Only believing in Jesus Christ, you can solve your fundamental problem of being separate from God. What people are seeking is not about drugs. What people want to do is not drink alcohol. They do that because they need something more, something that they cannot find by themselves. That's why they do that. It's Satan's strategy. That's why Christ came and say that I'm the way, the truth, and the life, that no one can meet the Father except from me. He's the true prophet. Jesus is the only way to meet God. He came as a true priest because it was necessary that someone died for those who are in the middle of sin. He came to set us free and to set us free from all condemnation that rid your life of the sin. Because He's the only one who came as a true king. That the reason why Christ came is not for other things, but to set you free, to destroy the devil's work. Amen. Because only this Jesus who is the Christ is the only one who becomes an answer to this fundamental problem. This is the reason why we must believe in God. I really pray and bless all of you to really open your eyes to see this. The evidence of the gospel must take place also in the field as an answer. So I really bless all of you to open your eyes to see this spiritual reality and to see the evidence of this gospel in the field. This is the problem. People come to church, and after a few months, they say, I'm not going to church anymore. But they come to church and I don't know, nothing is happening, I'm just going back. And I'm not going to church anymore. But people come to church and get angry with someone and then get angry with God. I don't know why. And say, I will not believe in God anymore. Why these people, this is happening? Why this is happening? They are not seeing the evidence of the gospel. We know the gospel, but we are not seeing the evidence of the gospel. Really what happened in our lives when we believed in God. Like today in the message. Really, if you hold a little bit into the covenant of God, what is happening in your life? What is happening for you during the week? I really pray and bless all of you to experience this. Let's look at an example. In the early church. I forget my English. It's the first church that appeared in the Bible, right? After Jesus died, those who was following Jesus, they start to gather. Where they gather? In Mark's upper room, right? It's the first church. And the Bible appeared as an early church. They knew the gospel. Look at which kind of people gathered there. There are people who really knew the gospel. What is the gospel? There are people that knew that Jesus is the Christ. In that time, other people didn't believe that. They persecute Christ. They want to kill Jesus. But the people who was gathered in the early church, it was the people who really believed that Jesus of Nazareth is the Christ, the Son of the living God, the answer that God sent us, the Messiah. Finally, the Messiah that God promised to send to set us free. That Jesus is the Christ. That was the faith, the color of the faith of the people who gathered in Mark's upper room. What it means, they didn't have other motivation. Just think about it. If you go there, you can even die. So the people who really gathered in there was people who really believe that Jesus is the Christ, the solution to a problem. They opened their eyes to see this. They knew the gospel correctly. They knew that Jesus is complete, is enough for my life, is all things. That people knew that. Other people didn't believe in that, but that people who was gathered there, they did that. They knew that and believed that. That's why they gathered. They didn't have other motivation, just because of faith. Even if they can die, that was the faith that they had. Why? They opened their eyes to see this spiritual reality. But not only this, when they gathered together, they also experienced the power of the gospel. In Acts 2, we can see that, right? In Acts 2, we can see how they become filled of the Holy Spirit. It's on the Pentecost day, right? People from many other regions, from 50 nations, from far away, they came to celebrate what? Worship. They came together because they knew the gospel. People who was scattered, people from many other regions, they came to the same place, Mark's upper room, together to worship God in spirit and in truth. In that moment, the words of the Holy Spirit start to rise. What is that? The people who gathered in the early church, there are people who knew this spiritual reality. And the secret of worship. There are people who really knew this. So they was living far away, They was coming for one reason. Why? That worship was completely focused on that Christ, who is the answer to all the problems. So when they worship all together, when they gather all together and worship, that worship really has power. That worship really gives them spiritual strength. Completely different. I went to Spain and there's a few members that I was talking to them, and as I heard, some people stopped to come to church on Sunday. I went to also visit them and talk to them. Why stop to come? What happened? It's too far. They are married, they have a few kids. So bringing all the kids to there is too far and a lot of money because we need to move the car and everything. How far is it? Say 45 minutes. For me, 45 minutes is not that far. I'm studying 3 hours ago from here. So 45 minutes once per week is not that far. I don't think that's the problem. What is the problem? Really, when I worship, I receive the strength from God. Really, when I worship, when I come Sunday and listen to the Word of God, really I'm experiencing this feel of the Holy Spirit. Really, I'm experiencing and checking the answer that God is giving to me. Really, this worship is giving me the strength and the power of the gospel. If you are receiving this 45 minutes, even by bus or walking, you will do it. It's not that far. It's other thing. Really, we must find ourselves inside the gospel. We must understand why this earth or this field is going in this direction. Why we are facing this disaster. And what is the answer? This must become an evidence, testimony in your life. This is why today's title is talking about this. The evidence of the gospel. We must have this evidence. We know the gospel. We believe in Jesus. But this evidence of the gospel, how this gospel is working in my life, then you will have an answer in the field. You will have an answer. You will have something to talk to your friend, to talk to your family. Why? You are a witness. These people gathered here. They was a witness. There was another thing. They had the eyes to understand and open the spiritual eyes to understand that Jesus is the Messiah, the Christ. And when they focus on that, they have a testimony. Really, when they gather together, they receive the spiritual power. Really, when they gather together, the feel of the Holy Spirit, it came to them. Look in the Bible verse, what we was worship, or what we were saying today. Well, you will receive power when the feel of the Holy Spirit comes to you. Then you will be my witness to the end of the earth. This is why they focus all the worship in Christ. Then they receive this spiritual strength and power. Today, if you discover this during the worship, you can receive this strength also. This is why you can find this. What God gave me. These people who was gathered here, they was knowing this spiritual reality and worship, and they didn't have other motivation, only for the sake of the gospel. This is why the evidence of the gospel really God is alive, Really God is working. We are already believers. We are already child of God. We are really already people who believe in Jesus Christ. So the only thing that we must do is just two things. One is have assurance. Then also the second one is enjoy the gospel. Because already we receive all the answer. Just have assurance in this gospel. If you have this assurance in the gospel, the only thing that you must do is only enjoy the gospel then. The gospel who really love the people who really love me in Spain, family or friends. This time they came to me and said this, because some of them, they are getting worried about me. So people who are really close to me, they came and say, really, when you go back to Spain, are you going to do a church? They asked me this. Yes, why? Are you sure? Because people don't believe in God here in Spain. Are you sure you are going to do a church here? I think in Korea there is big Christianity and many people believe in God. Are you sure you are going to do a church here? Because people don't like church in Spain. They ask me like this. What are you gonna say? I'm sorry, but I have some evidence. I saw something. I know people don't believe, but because they don't know the gospel. But I have some reasons. I have some evidence. Of course, people who say that to me, they are non-believers, so they can understand this. But if we see with our eyes, it can sound even crazy. I went to get a haircut, and the girl who was doing the haircut also get really surprised. Are you studying theology? Are you going to become a pastor? Why? She was a believer. She had faith. But she was really surprised. I don't understand why. You are so young. So she was surprised because I'm young and I'm working this way. I'm really thankful for the Lord. People get worried. I don't understand. If this gospel, the evidence of this gospel really take place on you, really there is nothing who can block this gospel. This is why this gospel must be proclaimed. Because I really believe, I really saw how the gospel changed the people. I really believed and I really saw, I'm a witness of this, that this Jesus Christ is alive and is working even now. That really that Jesus Christ is the answer, not only to my problems, but to the problem of many. I believe that God prepared all things in there. Then, how? How are you going to do that? We was reading today, Acts 1:8. If we see with our eyes, it looks like it's difficult. How am I going to make this person believe in Jesus Christ? If you think in this way, it's gonna be really hard for you. Don't worry, because Jesus promised, God promised to you, that when you receive the fill of the Holy Spirit, then you become a witness. So just wait. What is the method of God to do evangelism? Just read a little bit the book of Acts. Always is the same. The words of the Holy Spirit. Peter or Paul himself. They was really great men with a great faith. But everything the Holy Spirit was doing in advance. They was just preaching the gospel and God touched the heart of Lydia. They was just praising the Lord and an earthquake appeared. We can read the book of Acts, and before evangelism taking place, we can see the Lord sent His angels. Always, the words of the Holy Spirit. This is why it's easy. If you try to think by yourself, then it's going to be difficult. This is why the only thing, if you have this secret of the fill of the Holy Spirit, everything is possible. The only thing, just be a witness. Really, this evidence of the gospel must take place in your life first. That's why open your spiritual eyes to see the spiritual reality. The spiritual reality of your life, of your family, of your country. For me, something that helped me is coming here to Korea. While I'm meeting other kind of people, I'm meeting other cultures, I'm meeting all of you from China, Zimbabwe, Nepal, France, or other countries. I'm meeting people from many countries, from many religions. What it made me think about is that it made me understand other cultures, other people. But it made me make a conclusion more strong that this gospel and the answer. People are different in different regions, different culture, or even language. Also in Spain, this time I was able to travel a little bit. And people from the north of Spain, from the south of Spain, they are completely different. The way they live, the weather also is different. So the culture is different. Some of them, even language is a little bit different. Even we are the same in Spain. So I was traveling a little bit and I thought about this. This person and this person, we are also from Spain, but it looks like we are different. For sure, the problem is the same, but we look really different. Look at Yemo, completely different with me, right? Or with Seon, right next. I can show you at the same time. You are completely different. The problem or the spiritual, the soul is the same, but people are completely different. Different culture, different language. So maybe the method or the strategy for evangelism in Zimbabwe, it could be different with the Philippines. The problem is the same, but it's different the strategy. The answer is the same, Christ. I want to say, the situation or the problem or the field could be different, but really if the answer of the gospel, or if the evidence of the gospel it takes place in your life, wherever you go, become answer. Really, I bless all of you to experience this answer and to have with you this evidence, this unique evidence. What I told you yesterday to Yemo, it is really important, what we was talking. So you must keep on mind that. The problem of people is not the problem itself. It is the spiritual background that it brings them inside of that problem. So we have the answer. Already we have this. In Acts 3, Acts 1, 3, it's talking about this convincing proof. Proofs. It's the answer that God already gave us. This is a testimony, this evidence. Many people in Spain gather for many other reasons. They have their own reason and they gather. You can walk around and see many clubs or many kind of gathering of people. Some of them because they like the same sport. So they go together to do exercise together. Some of them because they like Real Madrid. So they gather together because they like Real Madrid. Some of them because same kind of studies. And they gather. People gather for many other reasons. The week before I came, there was a festival, big festival. It calls World Pride Festival. It's a homosexual festival. It takes place once per year. Last year was in Amsterdam. So all homosexual people gather in Amsterdam and do party and festival for 1 week. This year, it took place on Madrid. I was there. Not in the festival, but if you walk around in Madrid city, you can see all the flags with a rainbow around all the city, everywhere. Welcome and pride and equality and many other things. All the city, many flags. It made me think a lot. This is the flow of the field. Really, this is the flow of the field, and this is one reason more that why people gather, because they have the same temptation or the same sexual orientation. They gather. Well, we are homosexual, so they gather all together. Really, in Spain, there is no people who gather with this, knowing this secret. There's no many meetings just gathering for the gospel. That's why I feel really blessed. Because not many people do this. But if really this is the movement that God is doing, then who is more blessed than me? I have this confidence. I have these convincing proofs with me. That's why I'm not afraid of nothing. When I was seeing this kind of meetings or everything on the plane coming back to Korea, I tried to organize everything that I was living in Spain. Seeing what God saw me, how is the feel and how is everything. Just praying and trying to organize something. Really in my heart I was a lot of pain. Because this time, for 3 weeks I've been there with a lot of time, right? So I was traveling and working around, but I was able to see many things that I don't like, but it's the field, it's the reality of the field, the spiritual reality that I'm talking about. What is the answer? Even believers, they don't have that much strength. So it's the message also that I was talking in there. Really, you must keep this evidence of the gospel. This power of the gospel must take place in your life. Then you will be a witness. I was having a little pain and tears, right, in my heart, looking the field and looking my country. And I arrived Thursday night. Next day, Friday, I went to the early morning prayer, right? And the message, it was talking about Daniel 6:10. Completely is a message that made my heart really fresh. As you know, in that moment, Daniel saw the decree of the nation that he told to do not ask God or do not pray to God, do not pray to other things except to the king, right? They forbid praying God. In that moment, what Daniel do? He opened the windows and prayed as he used to do before, right? It's Daniel chapter 6. The reason is because he saw, right? For sure, Daniel has this kind of pain, right, in his heart. How my country can do this? He was a person who really had faith on God, and his country make a decree to do not pray God. In that moment, he not just prayed, he opened the windows and started to pray, as he used to do. What it means, Daniel has that kind of tears, that kind of fire in his heart, because what his country is facing. It was really similar with my heart. That's why I received a lot of grace. What is the reason why Daniel did that? It's because he saw that his country is losing the covenant. His country, that it was great before, is losing what God was giving to them. He lost the covenant of God. That's one person like Daniel, who stands before God and pray. Really, God can change your nation completely. God restored the nation because that prayer. Today, hold onto the word of God, hold onto that covenant. I will finish with a conclusion. Today the message is a little bit longer. I have many things that I want to share in a short time. What is the conclusion? Is experience the power of this gospel. To keep this evidence in your life. In other words, conquer the spiritual world. I bless all of you to receive this answer and keep it with you. Then when you go back, really go back as a witness of this gospel, as a witness of Jesus Christ. Let's pray. Dear God, thank you because you sent us Jesus Christ as answer for our fundamental problem. Thank you because you finished what we cannot finish by ourselves. God, let us be strong in the faith in Jesus Christ. Give us the grace and the spiritual strength that we need through this worship. And really keep the evidence of the gospel as a testimony for our lives, for many. In the name of Jesus Christ I pray. Amen.